NNAUSA is an association of brothers and sisters who came to US, United States, and Canada, who decided to get together and call themselves brothers and have a meeting, and where they share ideas, also do things that benefit them socially, economically, technologically, things that bring them together.
Ngwa National Association USA and Canada, mostly North America, is an organization that embraces every Ngwa person. Ngwa is a clan in Igbo. It's not Igbo, it's Igbo. IGBO. We are a clan in the southeastern part of Nigeria. We are huge. We are in our state. We have 7 local governments, and our landmass is massive. We're not just a number of people. We have the landmass. Most of the food that come from Abia State is actually from Ngwa. It's not just Ngwa people that are members of NNAUSA. We also have Okwa people who are also part of us, who are our siblings.
This year we just had the 34th annual convention. For 34 years, Ngwas have been coming together. We have our cultures in Nigeria. We celebrate our heritage. We do all those cultural activities, celebrations in Nigeria. We decided to replicate some of those in the US. And the way it's going, it looks like we celebrate our culture more here in the US than even people are retaining such culture now in Nigeria. We have 40 chapters in NNAUSA. You may have more than 2 chapters in a state. So depending on how large the state is. Then each chapter has a representative, just like we have the Congress or we have our National Assembly in Nigeria. So you have the president and one person who is elected a council member that will form part of the leadership team of that oversight committee we call the council. And then under the executive, we have the president, we have other 5 elected positions People contest for it. It's not given to you for free. You contest heavily for the position. You convinced our people what you'll be bringing on board.
For some of us, it gives us a sense of belonging. What a lot of people don't understand is living in a developed world can isolate you sometimes. And for a lot of us, going to that monthly meeting, you reconnect. Some of us drive 2 hours to go to these meetings. Some people have told me, like people who live in where we just St. Louis. One of our brothers drives 4 hours to go to meeting and 4 hours to go back. Sometimes during winter, they will stay in a hotel and then they will drive back. That hotel is not free, remember. They pay their dues, they pay that hotel money every month, not the wear and tear in their vehicle, not dragging their children to it. It's a big deal for us. It's reconnecting, you recharge, it brings you back to the basis. What is important to you? It centers you, because then some people here, they're so overwhelmed with bills, they're overwhelmed with a lot of problems, and then they come to meeting and somebody to a ilu, maybe a dirty ilu, and they giggle so hard, and that takes out that pent up pressure of a big bill that they had to pay that I don't even know if their paycheck is going to be enough. That 30 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours you spend in that meeting is therapy for a lot of us. And then coming together to have this idea of adding value to somebody back home. For some of us, we were beneficiaries to somebody's benevolence, for somebody's kindness. For a lot of us, it was the grace of God. So being a part of this big picture of elevating somebody else's status is a big deal.
One of the greatest expectation of our people will be a very successful convention. They want to make sure that they are safe when they come. They want to be sure that they will eat very well. They want to make sure that they have a very friendly atmosphere when they come for those conventions, and make sure that they have value for their time. And you invite some people, most people from Nigeria. We just had one, and from people's assessment, it's adjudged to be a very successful convention. And we'll be having that over this year. So those are ways that we form the leadership team, and we make sure that not only here in US, we make sure that we collaborate with the leaders back home.
From the stables of the publishers Echoes Africa magazine comes your favorite TV show, Echoes from the Valley.
As governments, as individuals, we have got to tell our stories.
What is your African story? What is your origin and history? What makes your culture and tradition unique? What are your milestones? Echoes from the Valley, telling the African story.
We had over 1,000 rooms cumulatively that got booked from the convention. So you can imagine if you have families in each of these rooms for the whole weekend, how many people that attended the convention. So it was really an opportunity for friends, families, every walks of life to meet themselves. And it's also an economic opportunity. People share ideas. People bring investment opportunities. We share some of those. So at the end of the day, people will always want to go back home and be sure that they had a good time, leading from the executive, that they had a very good time. And also those who are the council members, they were there. We want to make sure that it was a successful convention.
Ngwa people that live in America, they have taste, okay? They are very classy people. If you know anything about them, pretty much everybody is either a doctor, a nurse, engineer, lawyer. I mean, these people are established people. So you're not going to put up an event that is rubbish. You will be judged. Okay, so you have to get your acts together. It takes planning. The next convention is in Houston. Could you believe we're actually looking for a hotel? We're already starting looking for people, contracts, people to hook up, to contract them to cook. It takes a village. It takes time. You don't just wake up and start, you will be overwhelmed. And remember, there are people who came before us. They have templates. What the next each president does is add their own flair to it. What fancy thing are you bringing to the table? Because you want to leave the organization better than it was when you got it. So when you come in, your predecessor already handed over to you. This is what we do for the convention. This is what we do for the convention. This is what we do. Boom, you get started. You get the hotel. You hook up people for cooking. You get the music. You talk about video. It takes a village.
Echoes from the Valley.
As governments, as individuals, we have got to tell our stories.
What is your African story? What is your origin and history? What makes your culture and tradition unique? What are your milestones? Echoes from the Valley. Telling the African story.
All of us work together. We make sure that there's transparency, there's consistency in policy. The council makes sure that whatever the executive is doing is in line with the Constitution. They are the custodians of the Constitution. You are the implementer. You are the one who executes some of those ideas. You bring in your ideas, but the council makes sure that all those policies are according to the Constitution. So it could be that there could be some, tense situations sometimes, but they make sure that they don't get, you don't get distracted. The executive don't get distracted. Everybody's working together for the benefit of the association, most importantly. And that's how we want it. And it's been working well for the association. And I also believe it will continue to work that way.
This is even an odd year. This is an odd year. It's not an election year. During election years, it is massive. It is massive because then people come in all over the place to support their candidate. For us to have this crowd in a non-election year, girl, Houston will be something.
This ended convention, the governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Chioma-Oti, was fully represented. He sent his chief of staff, Pastor Dr. Caleb Ajaba. Our honorable member also, Ginger Onsibe, was here. Dr. Alex Alose was here. Cyril Ishmael was here. And so many other dignitaries. came all the way from Nigeria. Abu Dhabi was also here. Abu Dhabi, a very good friend. And so many others, Honorable Hooker. And a lot flew in all the way from Nigeria to join us here in the convention.
Cultural organization. So we always try to do a lot of cultural stuff, which unlike other communities that they force their children to participate, our children voluntarily join. Like even my children when they were little. We're ending this convention. They already know where the next convention is. Some of these kids will even pick up work during the summer. One time when we went to California, my kids were 16 and 18. They picked up jobs during summer, extra job during summer to raise, because we told them we're not going, we cannot afford the flight ticket, which was a lie. But they picked up a job. This is how important it is to them. You know, unlike back home where children are being taught to speak only English, our children ground themselves in Ngwanes. At this convention, we submerge them in Ngwanes, and they love it. You know, a lot of activities we did was a cultural dance. We had the children do what is called ntakoko, you know, to read the news in Ngwa language. And none of these children were born back home. They were all born here in the US. And they did this reading of the news in Ngwa language.
Ndị Ngwa bi na America na Canada etola aka na chi Abia Steeti ọkammụta Alex Choma Oti etola otu NNAUSA maka ọrụ ọma ha n'ala Ngwa.
New things that we added this year were those post-church events where we have people come give lectures on immigration, health, habits of our people, and how to substitute some of our meals to healthy options that are available here in America. We had events on investments back home, which is a big deal for us. We want people to go back home. Akurolo was our theme last year. So this time we are doing, encouraging people to invest back home. We have people from back home to come and talk to us on a safe way to invest. Because sometimes we have good intentions, but there are sharks back home. You show up, they take your money, they devour you, and they kick you out. So we made arrangements. Dr. Gochukwu had excellent ideas on what we can do to improve expectations of our people. We did marriage talk. We did probate, how to arrange your will, because, I mean, it's something that we take for granted. So having somebody who is an Ngwa person, all these presenters, none of them are Americans. They are all Ngwa people who are extremely educated and detailed in this area. And they came and gave us, you know, speeches. We did fundraising that to help the organization maintain the things that we do, because we are doing a lot of things back home and all those things cost money. We have the Uheferi, which is like a bazaar back home, you know, after harvest.
See where the young people will participate, they will do their Elowan, they will do their Anyantoloku dance. You know, these are all young people participating. And you have some of these dance from Chicago, you have these ones from Houston, you have our young people from New York, all of them dancing, you know, doing Anyantoloku or all that. I will want more of youth participation. Luckily, somebody like Chisom, who has been involved, Ebube, also who has been involved with the cultural team, we want them more involved, not only just participating, but in leadership. We want them to be part of us and see how to implement some of those and help the other young people. If the other young people see them sitting on the table, they will know that it's possible. Once we say that the Epo is coming out, Mbede is coming out, you see the hall will be full. All the young people they want to see, and we give it to them. Most of them have not gone to Nigeria to see some of those cultural activities, and they're surprised to see it here.
What is your African story? What is your origin and the history? What makes your culture and tradition unique? What are your milestones? Echoes from the Valley, telling the African story.
As an individual, you ask yourself, what is important to me? What is important to you? For a regular Ngwa person, family is number one. And his family is number one. Your family started where? Back home. That's where our ancestry is. It is very important to us that our children realize that yes, you're born here, but you have taproot back there. You know? And if you see these children and how passionate they are, you wonder, where is it coming from? It's coming from the parents. If their parents don't like Ngwa stuff, believe me, the children will not do it. If their children are like, just going to me, like lukewarm or haphazard, they will not do it. These children came from homes where their parents are passionate about Ngwaness, and they make it a priority. They make it a priority that you have to be part of this. Even, because you don't force them. That's the difference to American kids. If you try to force them, you have a reality check. You just have to find out who your children are. And from childhood, you let them know what is important to you. And because they know from home what is important to their parents, they unconsciously, when you start coming to convention, I remember my daughter was a year old when we came to her first convention in New York. It was in Manhattan, was her first convention. That was in 2004. When you see that, and the mascot come and she was flapping her hand like flapping. That's just how it starts.
I want a situation where we have an umbrella that encourages young people to come together. Those in Texas, we know those in New York, those in Chicago, those in St. Louis, those in Alabama, all these states, they will know our young people. It has a lot of benefits. It leads to so many, including marriages and all of that. We need to create a healthy relationship among our young people so that we continue to strive. This association cannot survive without involvement of young people. When our aged ones who are 70, 80, and as I've always said right from my campaign, this is an aging population. We have an aging population in NNAUSA, and we need to pay attention to our youth, to young people. If we don't, by the time the aging population who are striving so hard to retain this association, when they are not seen again, if we don't strengthen these young people, they may not make equal sacrifice to the ones you are making to retain their, the standard of their, the standard this association should have. So we need to do everything to encourage them. I thank the council because they have made the first effort. There are so many other efforts they will need to make. I know soon I may be bringing up a proposal where we need to gather these people in a leadership summit, maybe early next year, where we invite all the young people for just one day, like all of us come together. We know those who are in medicine. We know those who are in law. We know those who are nurses. All these professionals, bring them under one umbrella and get them registered, get their details, and let their families know them. Let the young people know themselves. Let us not discourage every effort, any effort we can make that integrates our children deeply into NNAUSA. It's a win-win situation for all of us.